You're watching Fox and Friends First here on a Tuesday morning. I'm Todd Pyro.
And I'm Carly Shimkus. First, we go to Trey Yingst, who is live in Tel Aviv with the very latest on the war with Iran. Hi, Trey.
Yeah, Todd, Carly, good morning. Overnight, President Trump returning from Florida, making new comments about the war in the Middle East. He spoke about the success of Operation Epic Fury so far. U.S. Central Command going after many targets overnight. The Israelis also continuing their airstrikes against the Iranian capital of Tehran. They are systematically taking out the military and command structure of the Iranian regime. Now, the president was asked overnight about Iran's new supreme leader. He said this.
Have to take him out? Does he have a target on his back?
You mean the new supreme leader? You mean the son?
How can there be an Iran?
Well,
with
I don't want to say that, but you know, I was disappointed because we think it's going to lead to just more of the same problem for the country. So I was disappointed to see their choice.
President Trump very clear on his views about Mojtaba Khamenei. You can see some destruction here in Iran as the Israeli and American strikes continue. These are extensive, not just around the capital of Tehran, but across the country. The Iranian Navy, Air Force, and ground force is being decimated by this campaign. Now, Iran's foreign minister also speaking out about the conflict and the new supreme leader, saying this.
Well, first of all, it's too soon, for him to make any comment. We are all waiting for his speeches and comments, which should come later on. But I don't think the question of talking with Americans or negotiation with Americans once again would be on the table because, we have a very, bitter experience of talking with Americans.
As these new comments are coming in from the Iranians, the Israelis are looking north toward the Lebanese capital of Beirut, where they are still today striking new targets of the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah. Hezbollah launching new rockets and mortars over the border overnight. And the Israelis say they will continue to hold ground positions in southern Lebanon in preparation for the possibility of further attacks. Guys?
Israel, no stranger to a two-front war. So, Trey, during that press conference yesterday, the president took a lot of questions about where this war stands and the success of it so far, how long it will take. Over a weekend, what is the feeling inside Israel right now regarding all of that?
The feeling in Israel is that this should go on as long as it takes to destroy the threat from the Iranian regime. The Israeli people see the threat firsthand. They have lived under the rocket and missile fire, not just from the regime itself, but from the proxies like Hezbollah in southern Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen, not to mention Hamas and Islamic Jihad, who in the past have received support from the Iranian regime. And so the Israeli people broadly want this to get finished, but they're willing to pay a price if it means more security and stability across their region.
While the United States may say our time here is done, that doesn't mean Israel is necessarily going to follow suit, even though we joined in this mission at the exact same time. Trey Yingst live for us this morning. Trey, thank you. Let's go now to Madeleine Rivera live in Washington with more reaction from the Trump administration. Maddie.
Good morning, Todd and Carly. Well, regarding that timeline, I know Carly brought it up. The president says the U.S. is ahead of its initial 4 to 5 week estimated time frame, citing the destruction of Iran's Navy, communications, and Air Force.
On Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you talking
but soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
Very
to
soon. Look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. In fact, there are 2 levels of leadership, and even actually, as it turns out, more than that. But 2 levels of leadership are gone. Most people have never even heard about the leaders that they're talking about. So it's obviously been very, very powerful, very effective.
But we're hearing some conflicting signals here because the president is also threatening more military action if Iran blocks oil supply, writing on Truth Social, if Iran does anything that stops the flow of oil within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the United States of America 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far. Iran is effectively preventing vessels from transiting the Strait of Hormuz, which is a global choke point for oil and gas. Per Iranian state media, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps warns it will not allow a single liter of oil to be exported from the region as long as the conflict continues. Oil prices have surged as a result, and now the Wall Street Journal reports the president is being urged by advisors to find an off-ramp to quell political backlash. It comes as you heard the president say in that soundbite that Trey played. He admits he is disappointed about Iran's new supreme leader, saying his leadership would lead to more of the same problems in the country. The president says he also spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin. That's an interesting development, given reports that Russia is providing Iran with intelligence of U.S. military targets. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dan Kane, they are expected to hold a Pentagon briefing today at 8 a.m. and expect them to get questions about the president's timeframe here. Todd and Carly.
We'll be watching, Maddie. Thank you.
Maddie.
Meantime, Vice President J.D. Vance attending last night's dignified transfer for the 7th U.S. soldier killed in Operation Epic Fury. The Pentagon identifying the soldier as 26-year-old Army Sergeant Benjamin Pennington of Glendale, Kentucky. Pennington was a member of an elite space brigade, was killed during an Iranian attack on the air base he was stationed at in Saudi Arabia. Secretary of State Marco Rubio yesterday honoring our fallen service members.
The United States is currently engaged in an operation targeting one of the world's leading hostage taker, the world's leading sponsor of terrorism, the regime in Iran. And first, I think we would all take a moment both to offer our thoughts, our prayers, and our condolences, and to honor the families of those who have fallen, the 7 Americans who have lost their lives in the initial hours of this operation, incredibly brave Americans.
Sergeant Pennington joins Captain Cody Cork, Sergeant First Class Nicole Lamore, Sergeant First Class Noah Teachins, Sergeant Declan Cody, Major Jeffrey O'Brien, and Chief Warrant Officer 3 Robert Marzan as the American heroes who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.